Greetings, YouTube travelers. Welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. This is Ernie's paradise. Certainly not my paradise with all the gimmicks, but, you know, it's a interesting little challenge. And the particular, as mentioned last time, the ERS and no refueling does give us a strategic advantage. Hopefully going to use that to overcome the vehicle deficiencies that we have. So Singapore is coming up in 10 days. Our goal at the moment is to continue to work on our rear wing, and of course we're going to continue to work on the reliability as we always do early in the season. We want to try to maintain a lead, even expand it if we can, but maintain a lead while we work on improving the car. If we can do that, this is going to be a cakewalk. JTV Sport. It's great, but there's a long season to come. Her morale's almost up to the max. Sharp blitzes the opposition. Very true in this case. Teams are not pleased with Ernie's myriad changes to the WMC rules after Dubai. A source inside Scuderia Senior's garage has spilled the beans. It's absolute mayhem. We don't know what to prepare for. ERS, sprinklers, it's insanity. However, it may be harder than ever to persuade the GMA to go back to a more traditional championship. Broke viewing records in Dubai, becoming the most viewed WMC race in history. We'll be bringing you all the updates on this story as the season develops. So Ernie Heckelrocks, and that is a heck of a name, his gambit has worked. For whatever that's worth. And more retirement rumors that I don't care about. Let's work on our part improvements. Now Singapore, gearbox, brakes, and front wing. In other words, none of the stuff that we worked on before. Cool. But we did max out the other parts, so there is that. Gearbox, front wing, and brakes. And go throw performance on for those as well. We're not going to max those out, but we'll get them as close as we can. We'll get them most of the way there to make sure we're at 19 and 19. Yeah. We want Darien to be on whatever the most critical side is, and right now that's here. So after this race, when we get to Singapore, we'll be mostly there on the reliability front. Okay. So we are going to want to design the new rear wing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that's our 5 parts. We just double check. Those are the 5 I want. And let's take a look at this now. This one's only at 25%, but its peak is 989 compared to, you know, it's a significant boost. But I don't think we want to work on it yet because it's not a particularly important part for Singapore. But we do have, that's the last, it's the last rear wing that we need to pay for. So we'll be moving into engine development after that. And even though we're not going to start working on it till afterwards, we're not going to start working on that till we head towards Sydney. But we've got a couple more races after that. Yeah, a few more actually. So we're really ahead of the game in getting that rear wing ready for that crucial stretch which starts in Rio in June. So that's all wonderful. And Zoe Sharp happy about how we're doing in the low speed corners. 56 laps, minute 22. Likely to be some rain. And then super soft, soft, and medium. The braking is going to be the key one. Steinman are excited, and they'd be amazed if Harry Chapman doesn't win. Zoe Sharp says, you know, we don't really have a great car for Singapore. But Tommy Klein says she's a good enough driver. So we'll see how that all works it out. Let's see how our car is shaping up here. And we can see the rear wings, they're happier with them. It still says we're 8th. But now on the brakes, which is the key part for this, 3rd, 1st in acceleration, 1st in the front wing, and then 3rd. Okay, we've slipped to 4th on the suspension. There is going to be some slipping with those parts, but overall we're still 3rd behind Scuderia. So overall, maybe we've lost a tad here. The engine still sucks, but at least it's not a huge thing in Singapore. And I'm still going to go with 5th, just because we don't get a whole lot more from being 2nd or above. You know, it doesn't help us. So. All right, rainy in practice. 24 degrees during the race. So that's medium / softs territory. And I think I want to go with 3 of each. So we've got 2 of each tire available for the race. Since there's no qualifying, I think that's going to be a good approach going forward. Estimated us to finish 1st and 4th again. Now, of course, we're going to be starting from the back of the field. But before we worry about that, let's get to the practice. Let's check out our weight stripping for this one. Theoretically, we'll be able to do a little bit more than last time. Only got up to 80% on the front wings. We're definitely going to leave those there. Can knock down the engines quite a bit because they're not a crucial component, and we've got the limited red zone on those. And yeah, really none of our crucial parts have. I'm a little bit worried about those making it through, but we'll have to see how that plays out. None of them quite up to the 90% level I'd like them to have. We're not too far away on the gearboxes, but, you know, low enough there. Definitely not going to want to go aggressive on the car. And I think I'm going to focus. The thing is, do I want to focus on mediums or do I want to focus on softs? And 56 laps. I'm thinking a super soft and a medium. So I'm going to go with the mediums here. We'll see how that works. Come on. Definitely want to shift to the oversteer side here. Something like that. So, not nearly as balanced for Camille Piaget. Our best practice track driver, actually. And of course, everything's race trim. 6.6 for Sharp. That's a decent start. So, the winding downtown squared off track of Singapore is practice underway, and almost everybody in mediums, a handful on the super softs. I think that's a split we're going to see. Some others changing to super softs. Nobody with any wise words about the setup yet. Okay, and Sharp says, you know what, I want stiffer handling. Of course, Piaget happy with the gear ratios, but of course no qualifying. We've got to nail the setup in practice. Yikes, and boy did Sharp ever not do it. 56%, that is terrible. Lots of work to do. Let's go higher. Something like that. Yep, I'm going to try all the way down on this end. There we go. I'm going to go with that. And if I'm wrong, then I'll just need to make dramatic adjustments in the other direction. So, a couple drivers in at under 114. Looks like 110 plus. Maybe 111, 112 will be the mark to beat. Chapman definitely lowering that mark. And Piaget over a second off the pace. But, oh, look at this. We got the rain in now. Okay. We can do that. I'll leave Sharp out there. For a little bit. Not a great deal, but leave her out there to until it's time to switch to inters, basically. We'll switch to inters for Piaget right now. Which means we actually may not get the super softs in play. So that was good. Let's see if you want a little bit more towards the top speed side. Maybe a bit more oversteer. Yeah, let's try that. Obviously a lot closer. No! Didn't change the tires. A lot closer for the setup, though, than Sharp managed. And I think we'll bring her in for this one. So she says we screwed up the handling. We're not off to a great start in terms of the setup for this qualifying or practice session, and I mean, I think we're gonna get the medium tires. We're gonna get some on the inters, a little bit on the super sauce, maybe, but not much. We're gonna have to rely on the mediums later in the race, assuming we can even use them. So a lot of question marks there. And in comes Zoe. Really good on everything except for the handling. Still got it up to 72%. Handling was poor there, so we want oversteer. We want something like that, maybe. Let's a little bit more speed. Let's try boosting the downforce a bit. Speed there. Yeah. Let's try that. Both drivers looking decent today as things shake out. Not terrible, not fantastic. Let's go and speed this along. We've still got rain. Have them come in approximately when it goes away. Happy with the speed balance there. And Sharp happy with the handling. Now we're starting to have tire temp issues. And yeah, the water's almost gone. Let's go and come in. Both drivers. Got to Piaget it a little bit late, but that might not be the end of the world because she'll hit that level 2 enter. She might not have hit. No, we wouldn't have hit it if I had her come in, so probably going to work out for the best. Level 2 enters. Then we're going to switch back to mediums. Still work to do here. 92%. So we're in tweaking range, but we're not done. So acceleration is good. Was great. Okay, so we want it to be pretty much on the end. Then here we've got poor, great, and great. So maybe try to go back the other way. Poor, very poor, and great. Alright. So we're just going to pull this back the other direction, see if that works. We want acceleration all the way out there. Then maybe try pulling this back just a bit. There we go. Let's see how that settles out. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time out there on those mediums. Piaget is not going to use them at all. Good, just going to go switch to the super softs. And she isn't quite there either. So we went from okay to great. A little more downforce. Great to good. So we want to go back on the understeer. And good. Maybe a little more speed. There we go. Let's try that. Nice long 27 seconds stop. Hopefully it's worth it. Right now we just want to finish up the mediums. That's our main goal here. Sharp likes the handling. And I don't think we're quite going to make it. We're going to go around one more time, Zoe. There we go. Yep. Medium tires, level 3. Takes almost half of that lap. So we've hit mediums, we've hit race trim, we've hit level 2 inters, and we're going to go as far as we can on the supers. I'd like to bring Piaget in one more time to tweak. But let's get Sharp out there first. Still not there. 94%, just creeping up. We did nail the speed though. Okay, so let's look at the downforce. Poor, great, great, and great. That's great, that's great, and that's great. Ugh. So it's got to be like in between one of those to get excellent. What about the handling? Poor, very poor, great, and good. So we want the handling to be all the way over on the oversteer side. And then the downforce we want a little bit higher. I'm going to try that, and then we'll see. Nope. Yeah. I'm going to see what that does. I mean, that's got to be close. Then we got to switch tires. I think I should be able to get 2 excellence at least out of that set. And Piaget, I think I'm going to let you go around one more. And now you can come in. It'll cool down your tires. And I'll get one last look at your setup. Might cost us level 2 super sauce, but frankly we're not going to use it anyway, and we might not get it anyway. Because if we're going to use the mediums bonus, then we can't use that one. Goodness, and Wire, DeGraff, and Blanc still out there on the inters, and Flores and Moreno. You're all idiots. Okay. Yeah, we might get the level 2 anyway. It's going to be close. Okay. Great, great, and excellent. We're close. 97%. We just need to improve this a little bit. We want to leave the speed exactly where it is, if possible. Okay, great, and great. So maybe right in between, just down a little bit lower. And then we've got great, and good, and great again. That's great, and that's great. So a little bit more oversteer, a little bit lower downforce. Boy. If I switch that, and then I don't know if that's enough or if this is going to hold, but I'm going to try it. So I just need that tiny bit. And then let's see what we end up with. I think we're going to snag that level 2. Yep. Level 2 super softs, level 2 inters, level 3 mediums, and we hit the race trim. Of course we hit the race trim. You can't really not hit the race trim with no qualifying. But I can't really complain about it. Sharp bouncing all the way up to second place at the end of the practice session. So, yes, we're ready for another race, I think. I always get a kick out of this one. I hope you guys lose. In fact, I've got money on it. I'm not talking about us, but it's still funny. Nobody talking about how good we were in practice. Okay. So let's take a look. There was a chance of rain, none to start with, that I know of. I'm going to go with the mediums and race trim. And I didn't even think about the fact, but we're starting at the back, so why is everybody concerned about this? Okay, 99% for sharp. You're starting at the very back. 20 laps versus 32. I think I want to go with for 2 sets of mediums in case it doesn't rain. Yeah, that's definitely what we're doing. And then by the rule of 75%, we need 40 laps of fuel. Could almost certainly get away with 39. We're going with 40. And what do we have here? 97% again. We weren't able to dial that in. Gonna live with it. Even less margin. After the beginning, we're going to want to be conservative on the tires. You can see Lippinen in front, and then Woodford is our reverse grid position. And there's Surikoff near the back and Sharp all the way in the back. A 4 and a 4 for both of our drivers. Not excited about any of that. Wexler is using partly used mediums because he's an idiot. You know, we've got a mix of softs and mediums in the back. Okay. Surikov, riding along with you. Let's see if we can pick up any positions here. Well, nice start by Surikov and by Sharp, really. Initially, at least. Yep. There we go. Bunching up. Trying to work our way through. 15th and 17th, 15th and 18th. Like we're holding about there. Go through another lap like this, then we'll back off. Ooh boy, Surikov just had a disaster there, dropping to 17th, Sharp in 16th. We're having some trouble. There goes, look at Sharp just zooming by everybody. Wow. That was a very nice straightaway. Alright, we're going to switch to neutral, of course. And it is 24, going to heat up to 25. Sharp pretty much at the head of the medium tires people, and that's about as good as we can hope for. Sharp trying to maintain 12th there. Or higher, that'll work. All the way up to 10th. Zoe Sharp will not be held down. We've got a few points. None of the other, like, who was behind us? That was Steinman and Scuderia. They don't even have any points yet. So we can't really complain about that. We're going to go conserve here. With both. We settle in at 9th and 14th, and hoping Surikov can hold back there. But there's some cars on soft tires. He may fall back further. Sharp trying to hold off Flores on super softs, but yeah. Like we're going to gradually work our way up, and given the relatively tight tolerance in the tires and the fact we might have rain, I really want to just go conserve as much as we can and drop this tire temp. I also want to track Sharp here. I want to see what's going to happen. Take a look at how much tire we're going to lose. 80% a lap. We want to get to lap 28. That's the halfway point. So 80% to start this. Sharp had the pass on Gonzalez but couldn't hold it. Be nice to really push for it, but there's always a reason to push for something. Yeah, 2%. Say it's even 3%. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay, so long as we get the tire temps down. In traffic, there's always going to be a reason to push for something. I just want to be conservative for now. We're far enough into the race. The other cars are not going to be super aggressive. The thing should basically settle out. We're in 8th and 13th. Oh, Sharp up to 7th now, getting by Schmidt. So still gradually moving up through the field with her prodigious driving skill. That gives us 8 points. Steinman and Scuderia still out of the points completely. Wexler 15th, Saarinen 19th, Chapman and Holtz way back there. So, you know, even Surikov doing better than their drivers, but Sharp really doing better. 4.3 there, 5.2 for Surikov. There goes Sharp. Past Blanc. The only drivers ahead are going to have to pit. Although they'll start soon, but some of them are going to be a few laps yet. So I think I'm going to be able to mix in some neutral driving. Particularly Sharp. The other thing is I might want to just try to stay out here longer and see if it rains. Or see if it sprinkles. Whatever. And now a couple drivers coming in for the pits. Sharp up to 4th. Surikov 11th. Fighting for position. Looks like we're losing it there, but had the inside line to make it competitive against DeGraaf. Yeah, I think Surikov could use a bit of a run on neutral. See if that does any good. Wexler going by, deciding to actually do something. Be really nice to get by DeGraaf here. Might have just done it. There we go. Now let's go conserve again. Sharp is fading back. Oh, what's this? What'd Wexler do? Wexler got caught for a penalty of some kind? Oh, what a shame. So 3rd and 7th, as a few drivers have come in now. Sharp will soon take the lead. The question is whether she'll stay there. I do think I'm definitely want to stretch out the tires as much as I can. And Lipponen goes in and comes back out, maintaining the lead. That's interesting. Thought that would cost more. Didn't cost as much time as I expected. Surikov fighting with Ribeiro here, and there is a few second gap ahead, so it would be nice to make this pass. It looks like we've got it. Yep. Very nice. Still really think I've got to just be as careful as I can with the tires. Even that may not be enough. Probably going to have to stretch them into the red to make it. Which I will do if I need to. So Sharp in second. Lipponen ahead, and the question is a pit stop going to be enough to derail that train? Well, we are getting close to a third of the way through the race. I think Lipponen probably has the advantage, but it's hard to say. Either way, we're first and fifth. We're winning this race, and more importantly, we're winning it over completely different teams. Wexler has a mechanical issue. Well, that's not going to help them. So he had a penalty, drive-through or something, or he cut a corner or whatever, and then he had a mechanical issue. Chapman and Holtz haven't done much at all. They haven't pit yet, and they're still in 13th and 14th. So everything looking fantastic for Team Panther. Whoa, we're getting low there. Yep, just noticed it. We are the top two cars on medium tires. Worked our way up through the field. And all indications are, as we hit that 1/3 point, that we're going to extend the lead we acquired in Dubai. Sharp is actually not losing hardly any ground at all to Lipponen. So that is a good sign. And we're going to have to beef up the tires a bit here for Surikov. We've got 8 laps until we can come in. I think we're definitely probably going to get Surikov into the red and Sharp maybe just into the red. Might bring in Surikov a lap early, just because we did burn the tires a lot at the beginning, those first 2 laps. So he might be able to do a little better, but I think I'd rather just stick it out. Unless it gets down to about 15%, you really start seeing a huge performance drop off. So, but you can be into the red a little bit without hurting too much. And Sharp holding 6.5 or so seconds behind. Meanwhile, Lipinen's tires, of course, are going to degrade faster. I think Surikov is gradually making ground on Schmidt in third place. So those sort of are the two battles. Is Surikov going to finish third or fourth? Is Sharp going to finish first or second? Switch to conserve here for a bit. Yeah, we're close enough. Let's not run over the limit. And Sharp inching up ever so slowly on Lipinen now. There goes Schmidt into the pit, which is sort of what I was waiting for here. So now we're at second and third. And it would seem in control of this race and the championship, though there is much to do. And we'll switch back to Harvest. Yep, Surikov starting to get tire wear warnings. We'll go conserve now with Sharp, who has a little over 2 laps left. Gonna have to wait a bit on Surikov. And Sharp is now knocked off over a second compared to Lipinen, so we have a decent shot there. Try flipping back to conserve on Surikov when we cross the line here. %. Should be able to come in when we're in the teens. Upper teens. Should still be fine. Yep, we know. We are the only cars who have not come in, and now Sharp's going to do it. No sign of any weather. Could happen any time, but no sign of it. And let's bring Surikov in. Down to 18%. Just enough tire temp to get around. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that first stint. Up from the back to second and third. And we're definitely going to want to go conserve. Let's go neutral here for Surikov. Behind Gonzalez, ahead of Schmidt. We want to try to maintain this position if we can. Okay, Lipinen comes in and has a 5 seconds plus lead on Sharp, switches to mediums, so probably going to win that. Remains to be seen, but that looks likely. Surikov wants to just hold position, burn out Gonzalez and Schmidt's tires. They'll have to eventually come in, so will North, and then move up to third. But as for now, looks like it's us and Windsor. You still see Scuderia and Steinman with a combined 2 points. Wexler 17th, Saarinen 11th, Chapman 12th, and Holtz 15th. It is not looking good for them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go hybrid. And Surikov just sort of sitting in between them. The other thing is, you know, the park condition, as we continue, could get interesting. And yeah, I think Surikov has got to stay on medium to try to burn them out. Probably around early 40s. If not before, I'll have to go to conserve. But until then, now Sharp is falling behind Lipinen. Lipinen burning the tires more though. That's going to be a significant concern. Lipinen at 84%, Sharp at 89%. So I do see Sharp gaining towards the end. I just don't see Sharp catching up. You can see the park condition is looking excellent, so we might be able to push with Sharp. Not so much with Surikov. Now Sharp gaining again, so we'll see how that goes. Surikov doing enough to hold off Schmidt with no problem, but not gaining significantly on Gonzalez. So that's low enough. Let's go hybrid, burn some more fuel. We still got to burn off 10 to 12 laps of it. Schmidt pushing pretty hard right now. Also is just got the better driving. But either way, it's hard for me to envision a scenario in which Surikov doesn't finish third, because they are going to have to come in. So whether they pass or not is just, it's not even that important, I don't think. Yep. Here's Schmidt really hammering that power. He used up most of it, got down 26%. It was enough to come up right behind us, and then we accelerated away again, so. Holding at about 6 seconds back is Sharp, who needs to go neutral now and use up some of that tire. 80% on the tire. Lipinen, 73%. So there's a gap there, but not a huge one yet. Gaining pretty steadily now, though, is Sharp. Down to 5.5. Surikov's going to go one more lap, I think. I'm not even going to do that. There's a 1.5 gap behind it. We're going to go conserve. Lipinen, 66%. Sharp, 74%. Of course, we can't see their tire temp, so we can just see what the wear is. Alright, so with 17 laps to go, Sharp gets it under 5 seconds. There's North coming into pit. Surikov up to 4th now. There's Lipinen turning on the speed burst, using up a good part of that energy. But it actually didn't really help much. Starting to have brake problems with 15 laps to go. That's not good. Go hybrid, and I'm going to go low for a while. I've got to make this car last. I'm going to go low. Holt's doing some repairs, contributing to Steinman's terrible day, although Chapman is up to 8th here. Again, it's not so much that we're winning, it's that the teams that we're competing with aren't getting hardly any points. So that they're spreading out the points. As the grid is intended to do, except for we're finishing near the top regardless. But I want Surikov to be able to finish, so I'm going to stick on that low for at least a while. Sharp, probably not going to be able to push. If I do, it will not be till late. But I was concerned about that going into this one. The conditioning of those crucial parts. So this is one where we're just sort of going to have to accept whatever comes to us. On the other hand, Sharp is down to less than 3 seconds. And let's see, we're past Lundqvist. Just came out. Is going to make this interesting. And we're going to blue flag by Moreno here. Well, we were. Now we are again. Yeah, Schmidt is fading behind Surikov, so there's no reason not to have him just limp that car home. So it was under 3 seconds, now Lipinen pulling out again. But let's take a look at the tire comparison again. 47%. To 54, so it's about the same. Gap hasn't changed much. Well, that isn't good, is it? I'm going to stick on neutral, but let's use up. And now, okay, the brake's in the red with 10 plus to go. Oh, it's questionable whether Surikov is even going to make it. Definitely going to limp. Nope. Ain't happening. Just do what you can. Sharp having trouble with who is that? That's Woodford, who is right now between us and the lead, which is less than 2 seconds. Second and a half. Now we go by with the blue flag. 1.3 seconds. Nine laps to go. I think I've got enough tire to stick on neutral here. Less than a second. What's the tire gap? Lipinen 35. Sharp 43. So I think he's going to see some slowdown. He's going to see some slowdown from red tires, worn out tires towards the end. I think Sharp might win this. Could very well happen. We're going to have to go neutral. Now with Surikov. Still at 19%. So we've gotten by a few laps without making that break worse. Yep, and we're not going to go aggressive here with Sharp. We're just going to finish this race. We're going to try to win. But if we can't, we can't. Lipinen now pulling away. We're not going to go hybrid till we get down to one lap. Second and a half now. But Lipinen's doing it by burning those tires, and he doesn't have enough left to burn. So Surikov, all alone, just has to try to finish. That's all this is about, is finishing. Still at 19% with 6 laps left. That's looking good. Sharp starting to close it up again. And we'll go hybrid now. If we're going to do this, it's going to be all about Lipinen's tires. Which are, yeah, at 20%, with over 4 laps to go. That's, I don't see how he can be competitive in the last couple laps like that. Oh, come on, get by the blue flag. Get by, who is that, Blanc? I think we've got just enough tire to make it. Ooh, down to 6% on the brakes now. Surikov could end up with a disaster here. And there we go, Lipinen giving up, coming in. So we'll go ahead and go conserve on the tires and just finish it. Let's ride with Surikov. Only 6% on the brakes. They could go at any time, or he could make it. He's got to get through 3 more laps. There's absolutely nothing he can do to make those brakes last longer. They're either going to last or they're not. Meanwhile, Sharp in the lead by a full 10 seconds over Lipinen. And he's just going to coast. How did Surikov run out of fuel? Oh, I never switched to hybrid. Oh my goodness. Pitting doesn't help. Ugh. You know what, given how well this race is, I think I'm just going to stick with it. Surikov gets whatever he gets because Sharp's winning. Final lap. Surikov is going to drop to the bottom of the field, not going to get any points. We're just going to get the points from Sharp. That sucks. We're still going to win the race. We're still going to have a good lead Well, that's a screw up. There we go. See how far Surikov drops. Blue flag. Big surprise. Yep, I'm going to finish 12th. Oh, yuck. Still. Yeah, a complete disaster, except for the fact that we won the race. Dieter Wexler drive-through penalty. Chapman with the bonus points. We should have had 12 more points, and a couple of the drivers had less from Surikov. Should have, but didn't. So Surikov down to 8th in the Drivers' Championship. Sharp definitely in the lead. But we still significantly extended our lead. And we can see we've got this, you know, sort of logjam back here. And if we go back to the drivers, you know, Chapman and Wexler are still going to be stuck in the back for the next race. Saarinen's up there. Holton in the middle. Okay. So we're still going to have generally the same effect. Another subpar form. Winning with 5.0 and 5.4. Not quite there on the cornering. Will be soon. Mechanic relationship dipped. That's unfortunate here. Chairman happiness up. Cash fund definitely up. So a costly screw up with Surikov, but I'm still feeling very confident about where we are. Considerable lead, 27 points, you know, significant lead, certainly at this point in the season. And we're doing it with a car that, you know, has a bad engine. So once we start rectifying that, which is going to be soon, matter of fact, I think we'll start designing that before we hit to Sydney. Yeah, we're only going to get stronger later on in the season, I think. So this, because of the rule set, I think this is going to actually turn out to be quite an easy one. On the other hand, no sprinklers yet. None. We had the first 2 tries in Dubai, which I, you know, got rid of. Tried it a third time. We had it, but we haven't had it the third attempt there, and we didn't have it at Singapore, which I only did once. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying this. Ernie's Paradise will return next time.